Howdy everybody. Doing this both as a short on its own and sort of an intro into organic nitrogen. Nitrogen is one of the main growing compounds for plants, and there are certain plants called nitrogen fixers. If you've been around for a while, you've heard me talk about them a lot, but in case you're new, let's talk about them today. Nitrogen fixers specifically make partnerships with bacteria that exist within the soil or that were introduced with the roots when you planted the plant, and with these bacteria sources, they bring in sugars from the leaves, just as all plants make sugars out of sunlight. But instead of keeping it all for themselves, they take it down into the roots and they feed these bacteria. These bacteria, in return, pull nitrogen out of the air itself that the plants can't access. Inaccessible nitrogen in our air into accessible nitrogen in our soil. Some plants around it will steal some nitrogen, but mostly because they're attached to this plant's roots, most of that nitrogen will go directly into these plants. So they tend to grow very quickly, and they tend to produce very protein-rich seeds compared to most others, or more seeds at least compared to some others. So these are really awesome protein sources, or nitrogen sources, because once this plant's big enough, I could technically do it now, but I can come over here with loppers and cut off these big branches and throw them on the ground next to other trees that can't fix their own nitrogen, and they will break down into the soil and deposit nitrogen that other trees can access. So these trees are essentially the feeders of the entire forest. They feed the forest the nitrogen that it can't access on its own. And I chose to film here specifically because this is a thornless honey locust. It's a seedling from Big Fatty, I believe is the variety name. And it's just a beautiful tree, but it has two others growing on it. This is a bean. I don't remember what variety, but this is an annual bean. It does not come back year after year. I have to plant them. But this is just something like a green bean or a dry bean variety that I just walked around with a bunch of them in my mouth, and I spit beans all over my trees. Sometimes they come up, sometimes they don't. But by having them in my mouth, I kind of inoculate them with more bacteria, gives them a better chance at finding what they need and starting off strong. So it's a common method used by Native Americans. And lastly, I have many videos on it to describe it in more detail, but there is an Apios americana vine. This is also in the same family as all the others. They're all in the bean family, but this one produces tubers, and it is perennial. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you learned something, and I hope to see you in another video again as soon as I can. Goodbye, everybody.